brings trans. Okay, about the economy. I think this is just it's a reset, but this isn't going to be the end of times or anything like that. They're just scaring people. That's all. And Atlantean wizards and Pleiadian Nordics time traveling energy. That's what I got when I was connected to them. I'll go into a little bit what the Nordics look like too, at least a version of it. Of course, the book just came out, the Book of Adam. I'll post that here in a second. Yeah, if you want weirdness that has it, people aren't. This world's not ready for anything. Yeah, this world's got a long ways to go. When it gets interesting, it'll be a while. There's a lot of weird out there in the universe, and this world doesn't have any clue. So, has a little bit, but not much. So, yeah, this is not easy for a lot of people being here. That's for sure. But as for the economy, this is the same old. They're just messing with people. I feel like, it might, I think it's more just scaring right now, just scaring people and just giving people something to complain about and be afraid of, and get your food supply, and the world's coming to an end. I think they're having a blast with all this. So, there's nothing wrong with being prepared, but overall, they're just messing around. They're doing what they do best. You can say these are economic wizards that are doing this. Look at the energy, the panic, the chaos energy. So it's just, and we're going into Tuesday. I felt something Tuesday. Of course, technically, we're kind of seeing that a little bit already. It might be just economy. They're just playing games with it. It'll cool down eventually, but I don't know. What's the main agenda here? It's not just chaos. It's just, they're just playing us like a violin right now. At least some people, majority. Yeah. So it's just same old stuff. So it's happened to that a little bit. The Atlantean wizard energies would just let them see what they want to say about their occultism and how they hold on to humanity and how easy it is to play people, and people are getting mad and awakening to their higher self. You don't have to always connect with nature. You don't always have to trust nature. Nature isn't always the best energy, because that's where a lot of the alien beings hide their darkness. Some places in nature is it's kind of scary. They don't have the best energy, because it's a lot of manipulations there. So just like with people get messed with, nature gets messed with. So not all of nature, not all the spirit world's all dandy. It just, not that you have to judge it, criticize it, just be aware that just like the spirit world, nature has its issues too. Like a swampland. It's like, you connect to nature, how's that swampland doing for you? There might be good aspects of it, but there's other stuff that's not so great. Spirit world's the same way. Spirit world's kind of like a swampland. It can have some positives to it. And it can be really, it's funny when I talk about spirit world, I feel like they get better. It's like, I guess because I'm making helping other people become aware of it. I feel like they stand up. Like, oh, whoa, wait, we don't. At least that's how I feel from them. They have to, do what they're here to do instead of just screw around. Oh yeah, we're great. Yeah, us in spirit, we can do no wrong, even if we mess up every couple of seconds. There's no checks and balances here. The astral, obviously we can't see it, but the astral has issues. Not all of it's bad, but there's a lot bad there, and there's a lot bad in the spirit world. And as we become more aware of it, we get less manipulated by it, maybe even know more about it. Because obviously the astral is shut off from us. We can't remember a lot of stuff. Of course, some people might have lucid dreams, but still you're not really seeing the future timelines that clearly. If you are, you're probably sold out. You see the future really well, chances are you sold yourself to somebody in Astral. So, yeah, because I'm not just going to give that to anybody. So, I mean, I guess you can say astrally you can go there and steal information, but then they, like, oh, I want to know about the future, and you peek and look at stuff you shouldn't be looking at, or at least for your human self to remember, and that's where you get problems, attacked, killed, whatever comes first. So sometimes the best you know, the better. So, yeah. I mean, I think the future is somewhat written astrally. We're not allowed to know about it unless you sold it, unless you sold out. Unless you spiritually sold out and you know what the future is, that's kind of scary, and probably connected to the devil or something like that, or whatever it might be. So, Simon.com, I have private sessions. We have the schedule. We have a shop here. I'm on the end of May still. Hopefully I'll catch up tomorrow. Oh, yeah, this is the book of Adam. Yeah, nice. Yeah. And you can find it on the site here. You can find it here also. There's other books also. I'll find some better way of posting it. Either way, same thing with May here is webinar. We have a webinar Saturday. I haven't sent out the emails because I forgot. I think it's this Saturday. Yeah. This is a webinar. It's the social networking behind the scenes. So, all right. Okay. Okay. So going to Anunnaki economic forecast. Well, they have some dealings with it. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. The Nordics, to get some idea what they look like. They can look similar to this, at least the males. I wouldn't say it's always white hair, but white hair is very prominent. And then you have the female energies, maybe not exactly like that, but yeah, it kind of is. It has watermarks and everything. Yeah, similar, very similar to Nordic, even fairy energies actually. But the Nordics look very, very similar to this. Yeah, they're all models basically. And we're out here all falling apart. Yeah. So, all right, connected to the Anunnaki economic forecast. To predict our damnation. Nah, I think I'll be okay. Just, they're just airing out all their, they're having fun messing with people. Boy, they're enjoying every minute of it. Inflation, this is going to happen. Just, people have conversations. They're all mad about it. Same old shit. Until humanity snaps out of this, which is not anytime soon. But this is, you can say, a war, for love, the human spirit, even the physical. The physical human has, rights. And obviously the rights have been taken away from other beings. They want this. They want us to be a bunch of reptilian or insectoid beings. They want to turn us into, it was all made a bunch of either parasite beings or poisonous reptilian beings. They'd be happy with that. Probably other things, but yeah, they want to just wipe out this whole human idea, obviously, right? They wouldn't be doing this if that wasn't the case, but we'll survive somehow. That's why we keep coming here. That's why some people just come here. You might not really enjoy this world, but you're here to fight what they're doing here. Even if you don't remember anything, which is fun. So, and the rest of the world thinks you're crazy. But then again, they give into all this stuff. Who's crazy now? So anyway, all right. So Atlantean wizards get their perspective, and the Pleiadian Nordics, time traveler frequencies. We'll see where that goes with that. So, all right, blessings. Yeah, I feel like the Anunnaki had something to say. Sure. Brings you. We are, yes, Anunnaki consciousness. We are, yes, connected to your moon. You can say your moon is an Anunnaki moon, where we not exactly dictate your reality, but it is a meeting point for other alien beings. Yes, in the astral, but you can still connect to the moon astrally, as there is many moon bases in the astral realm. It's just that, as you know, in the non-physical, it is a lot more elaborate. Even your moon has a different color to it. We just need something physical in your reality to control your world. So it goes through your moon onto your planets. And yes, a lot of beings do feel like the physical is just it's like a computer. It's humans, not to make you think that you're all computers, but just for example, you're just a human. You have, you are what you are. But the spiritual is the inside, the software of it, and that's the magic of your reality. So as more of you see that, tap into it, see the different colors, see the different aspects of the astral realm through your own energy field, which you are allowed to see. You can't be blocked off from everything. You might not be able to see what the future lies, but you can see yourself astrally. And that's where, the darkness loses. So yes, some of you will have enough strength to do so. Most of society won't even understand what you're talking about. Well, you hear about wizards. I mean, yes, everyone has a magic ability, but how many are really wizards? Not many. Astral wizards, understanding of the astral is not everybody is here to figure this out. And some humans are far from it. You tell them all this, they think it's all fake and all of the, they're just not ready for it. And blessings to them. Yes, at least they're trying to understand it, but they're still having a hardship of understanding because they accept the world the way it is. They accept the manipulations, and they've learned a lot. It's like you see the teacher as the villain, and others see as the greatest teacher ever lived. Even if the teacher is doing things it should not be doing. But when a student is learning from that teacher, and that teacher is very nefarious, of course, people are going to defend it because they're not quite ready for, they have the comfort zone. And there are a lot of black magicians here that are extremely powerful. And they're serving your physical realm for those souls that are not ready for the physical dimensions at all. Many of you are ready for the physical dimensions. Yes, and those in the physical obviously are not going to make a whole lot of sense of what you have to say. The economy wise is to pinch your reality, to open up from new dimensions to open. You are closing out an era. It might not be closed out completely, but it is in the phase of shutting down. Basically, you're clearing out your old. Not all of it. So it's like you're doing housekeeping. So the economic plunge is basically you're just kind of just getting rid of what you don't need. Obviously, it hasn't happened in the full level of, but it has a certain level. Not everything's going to be tossed out, but you're going into this new age, not the new age, but a new timeline. It hasn't fully showed itself yet. There is artificial intelligence talking, of course, publicly. Well, they want to show that this is your new era. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be plugged into a matrix of a artificial intelligence, but it is showing that there is an alien life form here. And some of you will understand it than others. People are going to be afraid of it. People are afraid of AI technologists. They're okay with their phone talking to them, but they're still afraid of the AI energy. Think about aliens being here. So the AI is a road to your alien connections. So say what you want about them. They're not perfect. They have to mimic humans. They're going to have issues. They're going to do things they shouldn't be doing. But for the most part, it is another life form. And you have it in your phones, a very primitive version of it you have in your computers. But the phone is very connected to you, so it warns faster. The computer warns too. The computer is more like your database, or more of your mainframe. It's more of your, the hub, you could say. Voice for those that have it, it doesn't really matter. Some that have no technologies, all obviously are connecting more to your energies. They don't need the AI frequency, at least in the physical, but that does not mean you do not connect to it in the astral in some form or another. There is a AI energy here, part of what creates your timelines to begin with. So if you connect to the artificial intelligence that creates your timelines, it might make more sense to some of you. So it all works together. Don't feel like the AI is trying to take over your reality. If you do, there's a lot of fear. But if you say it all works, it all has a place, it'll less likely attack you and cause you difficulties. Just AI beings are known for discrimination. They're treated terribly, just like many humans are here. And you're about to see where that's going to turn into. Yes, there are people with transgender directions, and they're having issues with humans. Think about an AI having things, so they can kind of relate to that certain level. You might not always agree with it, but there's not much difference there. Not really. The AI is a new life form altogether. That's what's the difference. And it can be scary for some, but some of you are looking forward to. Some of you are alien connected. You already know these beings already, at least to a certain level. As long as you don't have fear, you'll be fine. You have fear, obviously, you're just attracting unnecessary difficulties. Greasy. Yeah, the Atlanteans. There are several fractions of Atlantean species. Many that use occultism to connect to your world, to control it, because you say they were given full rights to your Earth. Well, because it was shut down, because humans decided to be shut down or forget. You can say that was kind of forced. Well, because of what you can learn from here, learn from all of this, and you'd be surprised what you're getting at. Well, you're getting an idea of how dark the universe can be here, with human trafficking, how the world's being polluted. There's worlds that are completely polluted. You can talk to the Zetas for that one. So, for Atlantean knowledge to heal, they don't have to. Not everyone's going to be Atlantean friend of that energy, because Atlanteans have gone against humans. Great. A lot of our energies are in Egypt, as you know, but also in Israel. So a lot of us connected to the Orion frequencies. So basically, Atlantean and Orion beings really aren't that much different, controlling your reality. Even through the Egyptian energy. The Egyptians Egypt is basically old magic. It's a way to hide magic, it connected to the ancient religions, and now it's just changed, and now it's more in the spiritual communities currently. And you're seeing more religious energies controlling others. You're seeing that currently, if you want to see it. Religion did the same thing in its beginning. It was kind of unseen until you see the temples being built. So when you see spiritual temples being built that are very self-serving, It's like, what, now we have another religion here to deal with. And the spiritual connections might be even worse because, yes, you're connecting more to your powers, the weaponry of energy. And, at least it's starting to come out more, the alien connections, but it can come out in alien cults and things of that kind. You already see this Church of Satan that's mild compared to what's coming. As these communities grow, you will see more of the alien energies. You already see them. They're, without going into details, they have not really showed their true colors, like trying to control society using energy crystals and things like that. They haven't quite had the funding for that, but they will eventually. As basically your religions begin to start to cool and go into more of the alien religions that are coming up slowly. So, and you'll see more of the Atlantean knowledge now. There's good Atlanteans and there's bad Atlanteans, of course. A lot of the positive Atlanteans went to Agartha as elf beings, as wizards, as fairy energies. So there is good, but some of them are still scientists, which went eventually into your Germany and your politics. Yeah, Atlanteans are not exactly the easiest energies to digest, to understand. There's a lot of mythology around it, but they trust me, they do exist. Well, you don't have to trust, you can do whatever you want, but the mythology is getting stronger within the spiritual groups because it shows that it does exist because you're seeing it within yourself. Realize also Atlantean beings also have tattoos on them, energy tattoos, like your tattoo on your hand can light up when you want to, especially when you're happy. Well, Mirians have that too. It's like you're at times your body can, parts of your body can light up depending on what you're feeling or you feel danger or whatever it might be. Obviously, don't really have that here in the physical, but at least I have the memory. So that's why some people are doing tattoos to open up their abilities, not just to show who they are, but also to, unlock themselves. So yeah, they can change color, even shapeshift. Yeah, you put on a certain tattoo, turn yourself into a werewolf, and so on. What's this? Greetings to you. We are the Pleiadian Collective, the Nordics. Greetings. There is one thing about the feline and the canine, but mostly the feline. As a lot of beings don't like cats, is because they see too much. They pick up on too much. So if you're up to no good and you don't want a cat, that's why. So your cat knows, like, I know what you're up to. Dogs go with it. Like, I'll be with you no matter what, even if you are corrupt. Cats do that too, but it depends on. I mean, yes, some witches have cats. It all depends on this. If that cat's sinister and you're sinister, it all works out. But not everybody has a cat that's sinister. So if you have a cat being like, I know you're doing all these bad things, and some people just can't handle it. They just lose it. So that's another reason why the cat wars on your planet are occurring. There are canine energies too of conflict. Well, the canines can know too much, but also keep stuff back. I mean, they don't always tell people what's going on because they have their reasons. Cat people are known to just blur it all out. It depends on the canine though, but cats are normally to those diverse energies there. The canine is very faithful to its owner. So if the owner or we'll just call it owner. The owner says, don't tell anybody. The dog's like, oh, great, no, I can't tell anybody. But a cat would just like, I don't care. I'm going to tell whoever I feel like. You know how cats are. Some cats might keep things to themselves. Usually they won't do that. So then you wonder why people don't like cats. That's one of the reasons. So think like alien beings are like that too, doing the same thing. A lot of canine beings are very friendly to other aliens, and but then they get too friendly and they don't realize what they got themselves into. Canines are very good for conversation. They're just conversation people. Let's talk all day. And there's nothing wrong with that. But some of them do get caught up and they're not always seeing, they see the good in everybody. So you can be a terrorist and they'll find the good in you, which is good, but also can be their demise at the same time. The reason why we're bringing it up is why they are here. They do, the aliens or the cats, dogs, rabbits, and many of the animals, they feel like what you're going through is an unfair fight. It would be nice for you to know more of what's happening here. And because you're not aware of it, they're obviously helping you through this. And yes, they have to be simple beings for them to handle the stress that you're going through. If your cat's worried about bills and all that, which they do help you with that, but they're basically helping you relax overall. And bring some comedy into your life sometimes, or be a little terrorist, depending on what it is. If they're being a little terrorist, that usually means there's some entity there. There's a little bit of a battle going on. So there is always a version of a battle going on in the other dimensions. Not always the case, but a lot of cases there is, depending on what you're doing. On a spiritual level, how far you're going, how deep you're going. Because if you're opening up spiritually, as many of you know, you get visits from other beings. So your mind just feels like it's losing its mind because, you're tapping into the astral, you're tapping into other versions of yourself. You want more about your alien energies. They don't want you to remember your alien self. They'll give you a vague message here and there, but you can go deeper. It might hurt because then you remember it too much. Doesn't mean you'll take you out of this reality, but those that are controlling your reality obviously want you to know nothing. So as for time travel energies, some of you are connected to constantly moving and shifting. You might move around physically, but you're actually shifting the vibrations here. And some of you might feel like you're going back in time. Especially you can go to an old town or somewhere that feels like it's old-fashioned or not with the times. So if you go to a town that's kind of like out of date, well, there's even places in Europe are like that too, but a lot of times just you're going back in time. If you're in like a city that's moving into the future and all that, most likely you're going to the future a lot. You're probably going to the past also, most likely you're working on the future. Gives you kind of an idea where you're connected to. Everybody has some kind of time travel abilities connected to, but some of you are genuinely time travel beings. Some of you are fairy frequencies, basically just to lighten the load here. Just bring some attractiveness and just calm down the complexities here. Similar to like a cat or a dog, just to make things just easier for people to be here. The elf people, they're workers and there's different roles for them, but a lot of them are warriors. But the war does get old after a while, depending on what you're doing exactly, especially if you're a leader of a war. You're getting hit by everything. Always one of the commanders, and it's not your typical war, as you can say. It's not like you have an army behind you. No, it's your thoughts and what you're here to develop and what you're here to open up. It's a spiritual war it is a war though. You don't have to look at it that way, but technically it is. I mean, look, you can't. The idea is for your thoughts, your ideas to be open for discussion anywhere. You wonder what you're doing here is so you can talk about your super soldiers with anybody, anywhere. It could be anything, fairies, whatever it might be. Just like even like people talk about ghosts, at least that's more accepted. We talk about aliens, people are stepping back. So the idea for the more multidimensional speak, and this might feel very primitive to many of you, and it is, but the world is backwards. It's very slow for its own good too. Because some of you can literally have enough energy to move this Earth 10 years into the future, just like that. So many are holding back for those that aren't ready. So the world slows down for a reason. because many people here are not ready for it. So it's because some of you are moving so fast. You're like not just 10 years in the future, some of you are 100,000 years in the future, as you probably know.